greetings and good day, YouTube. How are you doing today? I myself am pretty excited, not exactly to continue where we last left off in Starbound, because I had to start a new game in order to get the mods to work properly. As you can see, we have Frackin' Universe. If you type in !mods, like so, you'll get a collection of mods in the associated games, right? So far, I only have a list for the previous XCOM 2 playthrough we did, which was back in 2023. So it's almost been 2 years since I played XCOM 2, which is a little bit too long, I feel. So we'll be playing that after Oblivion, but I'm getting ahead of myself. Anyways, there's that and my collection of mods for Starbound, right? I made a dragon character, and I'll show you what the character creation looks with Frackin' Universe really quickly, because it adds, like, a lot of these are pre-established mods. Like there's a species extender, because normally it stops like right about here, and then you have the Avicans, right, which I do believe are very similar to, at least they give me vibes of like Saiyans. You have Droden, which are literally like the Star Wars R2-D2, not R2-D2, the Star Wars combat droids basic. You've got a bunch of different groups. These and these are pretty much the same thing. And I went for, where is it? Added this. This is a mod that I added just for shiggles. Where are they? I can't seem to find the dragon. There it is. The Eld Yukar is what we have. And as you can see, if you look at the perks it has a tech, which is a crystal breath, and a flight ability, right? I picked the flight ability is overpowered. You could, of course, pick whatever you want. I'm on survival difficulty because one of the mods I added is a mod that prevents you from dropping stuff when you die. So it's like a survival adjacent style thing that I'm doing. Also, build your own ship type thing where you could literally just break down and rebuild your ship with a frickin' builder. There's no oxygen stuff that you have to worry about or anything like that. And I just did this for shiggles, right? So I started a new game because when you add mods and stuff like that, sometimes you need to do such a thing. I also kind of had to, like, there is some stacking, but it only stacks based off of the deterioration of the food. And as unfortunate as it is, it doesn't quite stack in the way that I want it to stack. Mind you, I'm not bothered by it. But here's where we're at right now with what I'm rocking. I have to kill the troll. I've accepted a bunch of quests for the Avicans, right? Because as you can see, I went through and I have some cosmetics on. And the reason I say what I say about the, like, reminding me of Saiyans is because the way the armor looks, it looks a little bit like that, especially if we zoom in, right? If I go to options and let's turn the music up just a little bit, turn the SFX down. Also, the music's not playing right now on the ship, but I wanted to, like, wait, can it show? Wait, let me get the fists only. But yeah, we have sunglasses on so we can see the dragon head as the cosmetic, and the armor I'm wearing should help us out there. Anyways, I like having it zoomed out so I could just see more. But we are currently going through and just getting a bunch of resources. This is another mod that I added that just added Adeptus Mechanicus gear, right? And this weapon that I'm using is kind of overpowered, right? We can definitely get a better weapon, but yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what all we can do. I've also been trying to collect a bunch of these. We couldn't... It says kill the troll. There was a... one of the trolls was a boss level troll. And we couldn't capture that, unfortunately. But no, I went to this desert. Music that I added, like, you can actually add music to the thing. And one of the things that I added is I added Oblivion music, because I've been playing that recently. So we'll get random songs, and we'll also get... outside of the random songs, we'll also get... Oh, shit. Trying to think of the word terminology I want to use. Like, I'm probably not going to do any more adjustments to the mods that I have, right? I also took out the damage numbers, so I don't know how much damage I'm doing. I can really only see that when I'm, Wow, okay. That was insane. I was getting a little nervous there, that's why I was starting to stutter step. Anyways, as you can see, I've modded this game. Sometimes that will happen. It did that a minimal amount of times for me, right? If you zoom in, it doesn't really do that often at all. Pop down the poison and just let them die over time. Do I have... I should have that melee weapon, right? Yeah, right here. This is a pretty good melee weapon. I got it recently when we were doing... I was doing a quest. And it just so happened to drop from one of the mobs I was facing. I need to try and get both shock and poison activated. Feels loud. You know what? Let's put you here. The music does anyways. When you do a slight adjustment, then put you there. Options. Let me check something really quickly. Yeah, it's a little loud. Mind you, I just want it for primary background. Nothing else, in all honesty. But like I said, flight is overpowered, as you can see. Oh, sometimes that'll happen too. Like, our character can still move, but nothing else is. Sometimes everything freezes. Gotta be careful, though. But yeah, the flight is so overpowered. And I wouldn't have it any other way, if I'm being honest. Please hit it. There we go. Now let's get the rest of these trolls. Ow. That was rude. Well, it takes care of that problem. Now we just need to wait until all these other jackasses get eliminated. Keep on coming along. Don't worry. I have enough time to take you all out. It also is funny when they get shocked, they have a tendency to zap the people around them, and I do believe it stacks. Oh, that lag spike because of all the pickups. Mind you, it only happens a minimal amount of times, I've noticed, so I'm not that worried about it. I also want to make sure I don't mess this area up, because if we get another quest to come over here, it's a pretty decent area. Especially considering my flight allows me to get to places no other creatures can, realistically. Anyways. We're going to be messing around. I'm going to be looking for resources to mine. And as we're doing that, I'm going to be going through the normal topics of conversation for the Outdated YouTube blog thing. As in the games that I've played recently on stream and you can watch on YouTube, like the previous uploads you can watch on YouTube. And what to expect next. Obviously, well, not obviously, but these are subject to change. Let me open up my cheat sheet document so I know what to talk about exactly in the order to talk about them. So far, what I have is Oblivion on Friday and Saturday were the main focuses. I think I went for 5 hours on Friday and 4.5 on Saturday for Oblivion. Been really enjoying that game. We got a quest from one of the members of the Dark Brotherhood that we're working on doing right now. I know yesterday, Sunday, we did more of Jurassic World Evolution 2's Chaos campaign, which that campaign's a lot longer than I was anticipating. So as a result, I need to do it next Sunday. Not this coming Sunday, but the Sunday right after next. I have no idea what exactly these are supposed to be. They're like supply drops, right? Like random supply drops. I'm not going to complain about them, but it is kind of wild that they drop like codexes and stuff like that. Those are literally just tossable. You got a quest for me? Oh no, that was the return for the troll that we did. Nice. What did we get? We got throwing axes. Not the best, unfortunately. Hunt the snapper. Well, could we capture the snapper? Is my question. Regardless, after the Jurassic World Evolution 2 stuff, I played a little bit more of Oblivion, and we got down to where the quest marker is, and on this coming Friday, I'm gonna finish that quest and then continue on our path. Because I've almost made it to, I think, every single major city on foot, which means at that point I could kind of fast travel. Well, I could fast travel at any point in time to the major cities, but I like going there naturally and unlocking the, hey, greetings and good day, Insane Baboon. How are you doing today? I myself am doing well. I'm assuming that's what you're saying hello. How are you? I think, or something along those lines. I'm not 100% positive on that one though. But yes, Oblivion on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Well, part Sunday. It was primarily Jurassic World Evolution. And today, as you can see, we're doing Starbound, and after Starbound, we're once again going to be doing a little bit more Warhammer 40k Mechanicus. Since I've started to play that Mechanicus game and actually, like, pay attention, like, I'm more hype for the Warhammer world now. Yeah, okay. I was like, that's... It's I knew it was something along those lines, because that's like one of the few things that I kind of recall from my Spanish class. Mind you, that was one of the only classes that I've ever failed, right? I failed my Spanish class because I just am not good at any foreign language related learning skills. And I mean, I applied myself and tried, I just couldn't. It didn't help that the way the teacher taught was like, she only spoke Spanish the entire time. And like, I get how her teaching style was, but I'm pretty sure most of the people that were in that class didn't do as good as they could have done just because of that. Like, oh, if you want to learn how to speak Spanish, I'm going to speak Spanish the entire time. And it's like, all right, I'm out. That's pretty much what my brain did, because I was like, I can't learn like that. I mean, technically, if you try hard enough, you can sort of glean exactly what is a conversation, like what's being talked about. Can I capture these things without doing damage to them? No, I can't. They're like ghost horses. Ow, I'm on fire. Well, actually, I should have a immunity to burning because I'm a dragon. There we go. Okay, so not two. Whoops. I was gonna hit them once and then see if I could capture them, but my bad. Also, the vehicles. I don't know if these are in base game. I don't think they are, but the snapper's down below, I think. Or we're getting close to the snapper being down below. It's always airy when you have the music transfer. But yeah, there's a couple mods that either replace or add music. And I like just added, didn't take any away. We need to heal up because we're not doing our RPG thing. Gonna eat these steaks or raw meats. Where is it? One of the other mods that I added was the RPG thing where it gives you like skills based off of experience and stuff like that. And since we're level 10, we could get a profession stat. Medic. Quit your profession anytime, but you must pay again to reselect. Ally support. Heals tame creatures on the go. That's tempting. Funny how some of these aren't released yet. Accessories that augment armor. Honestly, I'm probably going to go for mining. Because that's like we have to pay 1,000 pixels to reselect, right? So if I pick it, okay, weird. Miner station allows you to smelt ore with greater yield, create alloys, and craft pickaxes. What exactly is that going to craft? Learn to craft diamond, titanium, gold, electrum. Did that actually give us a miner station? It did. What does this miner station actually look like when we look at it? No upgrades. Oh! So it's a, we're getting 2 bars for the price of 1.5, basically. Interesting. Okay, so we could actually craft... Okay. Coins and stuff. Pickaxes. This is what I wanted to look at, because pickaxes are probably where it's at. We could possibly... The fact that titanium is made with an iron bar and 2 platinum bars is a little weird. Mines like silver lasts longer. It won't last long, but dig fast. So... Electrum is what we would want to build, and Electrum is not that difficult, in all honesty. Good to know. Now, my question becomes, do we... I keep pressing tag to open the menu instead of I, and that's because of Oblivion. Do we look at another job really quickly? I think it's 1,000 per, so we can unequip. Can use two-handed melee weapons. We have more fire resistance. We don't need that. Increased endurance and strength is neat. We need 25 for that. This, more skills will be added in future updates. Every level up, you gain one that could be used here. So some of the stuff I'm still learning about, right? Jesus Christ. Motherfuckers, not gonna say all my thoughts, but all I'm gonna say is people like that need to be like, what the fuck, man? What is fucking, that is wild. That is fucking wild. What does intelligence increase? Minimally increases energy recharge rate. Increase experience orb gain. Vigor is what I wanted to go for energy stuff, but I might increase our intelligence by 2 here. Well, hopefully it's not going to be one of those stupid things like they can do in the fucking States where they can be like, oh, we'll put you in a fucking place if you can buy it. That's not even really a fucking prison. That's the aggravating shit a lot of the time when you get fucking criminals. It's barely like they're treated like criminals. If they can afford to pay for a fancy fucking room or whatever. Oh, also I need to make sure I have... Did that deactivate the ability? I guess it deactivated the ability. That completely derailed my train of thought, because I'm just sat here now thinking about how fucking insane that is. Like... And the fact that it's a high-level politician doing it, too, is like... even more insane to me, because you would think those would be the type of people that would be like, yeah, let's not do anything fucking stupid while being a politician. Then again, stupid is as stupid does. Crazy. Anyways. Back on fucking track. After that derailing of the conversation. Fucking, that's a hell of a thing to come back to, though. Oh, I wanted to... where is the book? There's the book. I wanted to get this book, and I wanted to be able to see the glow of the thing. Right? Now it says active ability. How do we use the active ability, though? It wouldn't be like a tech ability, would it? No. I don't care how technically there is about it. That's way too fucking young. I don't care how technical. That's just the age outside of the fucking. I mean, this is probably going to be a fucked up statement, but it's probably a better situation than what we have currently in the States. That's all I'll say on that endeavor, because I don't want to fucking talk about any political bullshit in depth. Like, I allow my chat to discuss anything they want to discuss when it comes to whatever it is they're talking about, as long as it's like terms of service, fine. But damn, that's fucking like outside of the you know, the 15, the age difference and all that. Technically not illegal. That's fucking. I don't. Ugh. Oh, that's right, the snapper. We actually have to, like, go away from this area in order to dig down. I think all politics around the globe are just fucked right now. Because I've heard a couple of, negative things about politicians from a couple of different places at this point. Denmark, Turkey, the obvious one is where I reside. Trying to think what else. Regardless of that topic of conversation, are you gonna jump down? You are. Oh, you son of a bitch. Yeah, you think you're slick? Get the hell out of here. Get out of my... Get out of my hole. Alright. Anyway. What I plan to play in the future, because we've already discussed what I've played recently, Oblivion and all that, and I've had a blast with that. The storylines have been pretty awesome in Oblivion. They've definitely made me interested in seeing just where it pans out, right? The combat's good enough. It's actually got, like, there is some annoying bits about the combat, I will say, but that's like old game annoying bits. I need to figure out how to get this to work, right? So if it's inactive right now, Special 1. What is Special 1? This should be active. Let's look at our controls really quickly and see what Special 1 is, and then I'll continue the conversation pieces. FGH. trying to figure that out, but I guess I don't know. Maybe I have to be farther underground in order to see what I'm looking for. I have no idea. Anyway, I'm just going to be doing this mining for the next hour and a half or so while we bullshit about whatever catches our attention to bullshit about. It could be that this ability is interrupting the other ability. Let me actually mess with that and see if that's the case really fast. Turn this off. Ah, okay, I see what it's doing. The glow is around us, not the ore. So it glows like copper because there's copper nearby. Got it. Got it, got it, got it. See, I'm still learning about this mod, or these mods. I've only had these in for like a week or so while I've been testing them out. So technically, that would mean that because we picked Explorer. Why did I pick Explorer? Glide, enhanced dash, enhanced jump, and a drill sphere. Physical resistance, more health. Yeah, I basically just did this because I like, we might have a reduce in combat, but that's fine by me. I'm quickly reading all these. I read them before, but I want to go over and make sure that I have what I need to have. We need to get to level 30. We are at level 11. Yeah, we got quite a bit before we get up there. Let's just take all this stuff out. No big deal. Hey, a chest. That's why I like pressing Alt. 2 chests, actually. Rude. Hey, gold. Okay, I kind of like the glow now that I've actually taken the other one off because I can tell what I'm seeing. I get what it's doing. Oh, this is an annoying prick. Just gonna beat his ass. Can't do anything because of the blood effect. This one, we don't have to have that glow, or we don't have to have 50% above for Explorer. Here we go. Rogue Trader? I think I have access to Rogue Trader. I mean, I'll probably end up playing more Warhammer games, like I was saying earlier, because I've started to play Warhammer Mechanicus, and I'm like starting to pay more attention to what's going on in the world. Like, I'm kind of excited for the next playthrough that we have of XCOM. That's coming up after Oblivion, by the way, because we'll probably have some Warhammer cosmetics and stuff like that. I know there's a collection. I'm probably going to use the Mr. Calorsta collection or whatever the hell we got going on there. I'm also going to turn this book back on. I got to step away for a moment. Hold on. Let me turn that other ability back on of mine. So the glow still exists. It's just not as easy to see it as it is when we have our main light source active. But yeah, I'm probably going to end up playing more Warhammer stuff. I'm going to be playing more other games in general. I know there's a couple of games that I got to go through later. Mind you, we have one more, like, that XCOM playthrough I'm going to do. It's probably going to be like another 2 years before I play XCOM 2 again or something like that, just because of how much time I put into the game. I like the game, don't get me wrong, but I really do enjoy my train of thought kind of derailed there. I do enjoy playing other games over games that I've already played. Anyways, I'll be back momentarily, playing some ads since nothing else is going to be going on. When I return, we'll continue Starbound and the conversations. Anyway, like I was saying earlier, XCOM 2 is a definite yes, it's on the list. That's what's coming up after Oblivion next, right? Like 100% positive XCOM 2 on the list. For that, I'll probably check out the collections, and I think Mr. Calorsa said something about the collection that they were using more recently, and I was like, yeah, hell yeah. I know that after XCOM 2, I'm still debating on this one, right? After XCOM 2, I have a I think I want to try and go for Fallout 4 modded. But if Skyblivion comes out during XCOM 2, it will get interrupted for me to kind of focus on playing that a bit, right? The Skyblivion thing. And then... Oh, it kind of makes it look like the whole thing glows at that point because of the silver. That's nice. Anyways. And I know they're also making a... Or I've heard they're doing one for Morrowind as well. I think they call it Skywind. And that will be the only time that I will play Morrowind, I think. Oh, I also do have access to the Oblivion remaster or whatever. I'm still sticking with the OG because I don't feel like trying to deal with that, if I'm being honest. Like trying to start a whole new game up. I could potentially play it off stream, but I've got a bunch of other games that I kind of want to play off stream. Like this game that I'm playing right now is a good off stream game for me. I could play it whenever, because there's like there's story to it, but you ain't really playing games like this for the story. It's kind of similar to what I was doing with Minecraft, you know? I need to get more torches, so when I get into moments like this, I can just do that and see what there is. Because of the fact that it lets, like, the light goes through the wall, the floor, whatever. Honestly, what's really funny is how you, like, we've only had 2 skips early on that I've noticed. I haven't really noticed any other moments where we're, like, losing anything or anything like that. And I think that primarily has to just, like, that, I love how as I'm saying that, it happens right there. Anyways, this light metal could be a good chip thing. Poison. I love how it's poison and not like anything else. But yeah, moments like that where there's a little bit of slowdown, that primarily happens with water flow. I could probably look to get a mod that will adjust that. But as you can see, it kind of like, it's not really bothering me, right? It's a little bit of slowdown here and there. Oh well, no big deal. I will say, I'm not sure about the Fallout 4 playthrough. I'm going to look at the mods, see what we got going on. This will be after XCOM 2 / Skyblivion. And then after we get done with Fallout 4, that'll be finished with the Fallout franchise, and I'll be able to basically play whatever the hell I want to play at that point. I could play whatever the hell I want at that point, but I still feel like I need to play through Fallout 4 on stream at least once, because I have yet to do a full playthrough. I think I've started 2 or 3 games on stream for Fallout 4, but have not actually done a complete playthrough of the game. 1 thing of copper. Okay. Tungsten blocks. I mean, I'm going to take the tungsten blocks because I think we can break those down. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, basically this is what I'm going to be doing for any time that I'm really playing this game. I'm just going to be wiping out stuff like this that I find that I'm thinking, oh, this is interesting. The main thing I want isn't even the light metal, it's just the tungsten blocks. Because like I said, I think I can break those down into the raw resources, but I don't know. Worst case scenario, we got ship parts, if need be. Then again, I could probably make ship parts by literally just destroying the ship that I have and like learning how to do that. Is this raw sewage? Junk tech. It's junk tech. Don't know why I would need to know how to craft that, but okay. Let me go get this chest really quickly before I get distracted. Any more than I already am. Now, these aren't games that I have planned to play yet, but these are games that I do want to play at some point sooner rather than later. Particularly, we've got the Saints Row franchise I want to go through, and we have the Mafia franchise that I want to go through. Main reasons I want to go through those games is because, well, Saints Row, I just really enjoy that franchise, that series. But ever since the more recent release of Saints Row, I've been, like, disappointed at the idea of Saints Row. Like, how do you fuck up that? You know what I mean? It's kind of silly. Regardless of that getting fucked up. We have, what else outside of Saints Row and Mafia? Call of Duty games, there's a bunch of those. I'm saving the Call of Duty stuff for if I inevitably decide to, or not inevitably decide to, but for whenever they come out with a new Call of Duty game, I'll just start, like, or if there's some sort of, like, hey, this was an anniversary event or something like that, is kind of what I'm saving the Call of Duty stuff for. I could probably go through most of those games in 1 month. What else do I have to talk about? I guess I could discuss specifics for what I went over when it came to certain games. Where is that? Oh. A Phoenix Circlet. I think I'd want to keep this so I can see my horns. Where... the hell did that book go? Oh, right here. Some copper over here. Love to see that. Alright, let's continue with where we were going, I suppose. Because I'm looking for the snapper. Which is deep underground, apparently. Oh, got poisoned. Yeah, I'm not worried about the snapper. I want to continue getting rid of this stuff. Oh, damn, we're below 50% health. That's a shame. Each U, and that should give us... Yep. That gives us the regen right back up to past 50% health. Now, specifics for Oblivion. I've been leveling up. After I stopped leveling up at the beginning, I started to level back up again, and I've decided to say, screw it, I'm just going to level up how I normally would. Like, when I get a level, I'm gonna stop everything, and go to sleep in that game, even though it's probably not recommended to do. I'm still going to do it, just because of the fact that that's just like how I am, and it's how I would play the game normally, right? Even if I know leveling up might not be the best decision to make, I'm still going to make that decision, just because, like I said, it's how I would have played that game if I played it back when it first came out. I'm on the Dark Brotherhood quest line right now, but I'm doing quests for whoever asks me to assist them. And one of the Shadow Scales asked me to get rid of a traitor, so that's where I'm at right now in Oblivion. We got done with the arena quest line. I really enjoyed some of those stories and having conversations with the champion and all that. That was pretty interesting. How that was able to get ended. The fact that you only have a once a week fight you can do and you can't do it every single day kind of sucks, but at the same time, I kind of do like how you have to wait for a certain amount of time. Like, I just did a quest line for a group that was going to build a settlement, but these two groups of goblins were harassing them and preventing them from being able to build their settlement. So I came in, saved the day, wiped out the goblins, and then they're like, hey, come back in a month. It's currently, the 8th or 9th of Frostfall, and I could do 3 more fights for that month, I believe, unless it ends on the 28th. That's the one thing I'm going to try and pay attention to. Like, I'll even wait when it gets around to, like, 27. I'll wait and see if after 28 it replaces it, or if it decides to continue until the 30th or the 31st. Because there are some games that only go up to 28 days out of the month or whatever in order to, like, make a standard system. I just never really paid attention to the Elder Scrolls. Well, never paid attention to Skyrim nor Oblivion up until, I guess, right now. What else do I have to go over, if anything, regarding that stuff? Not much that comes to mind off the top of my head, right? I know I talked about it last week because I think I opened up and went over some of the stuff for Grand Theft Auto, but I'm probably going to end up talking more about Grand Theft Auto, the next Grand Theft Auto, Fallout, and Elder Scrolls games. Those are like the main ones that I'm going to discuss about because of the fact that I recently went through. And when I say recent, I mean we finished it up, I think before we started. No, we did the Outer Worlds on the 13th. That's when I started it, or I think it was the 13th. I didn't get invested into the Outer Worlds. Oblivion Remaster, Remake, whatever the hell it's being called, came out. I had access, well, obviously I have access to it, but to the OG Oblivion, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to play that instead of spending any money on the remaster. And I'm enjoying it. I'm glad I decided to go with the OG because it still holds up in my mind. Mind you, I do have a couple of mods in that game that are literally just graphical improvements and stuff like that. Like very basic stuff. Nothing that is improved upon it. That's why it's not on the list. If you do exclamation point mods, you only have XCOM 2 and Starbound on that list right now. Main reason, because the other games that I've modded, they're not really relevant to what we have going on. Mind you, XCOM 2's relevancy is also technically a little bit lower than it should be. But whatever. It's funny, this is a random little segue. We're going to start talking about topics of conversation because I really can't think of anything else to go over. Oh, I can go over this. Sometime this coming stream week, I'm probably going to start getting back into doing the Stream Elements sponsorship campaigns. I'll probably be, like, it seems like they're mostly mobile, so I'll probably end up playing the PC version of the game, while the mobile one is the one that would count towards credit for the sponsorship. Realistically, it's only been like a month and a half, if that the sponsorships came back for me. They've been out of, like, for the entire year, it feels like. Since December. That's probably the best time of year. I'll be doing, and I'm gonna try to start doing the sponsorships a bit more frequently, just to get a little bit of extra cash here and there that I could then use on the stream itself. All right, because currently my current PC, it's really good for the games that I have been playing, right? But I do want to get a couple of upgrades for... Basically, I'm limited, like, we have a year. Well, we have more than a year to get the upgrades that I want, primarily because of Grand Theft Auto coming out on PC in 2 years to 3 years from now. Wow, that we have a... hopefully this is the last delay, because there'll be riots in the street if they try and delay Grand Theft Auto again. This delay makes more sense to me, though, in all honesty, because what we saw from the, like, if you look at the first commercial and compare that to the second commercial, you can just tell that there's a big fucking difference between the two. Now, mind you, the fact that we still have to wait a year kind of sucks, but at the same time, I'm one of those types of people that's like, there's a reason for it. Like how they delayed Cyberpunk, and then finally released it, and it was still kind of in a shit situation for it to be in. The state that it was in, but I was able to go through and play the game completely. I need to install that game and play it a little bit off stream. I want to do another... I've intended to do 2 playthroughs of that game, but I have yet to actually be able to play a second time, because when I was playing Cyberpunk 2077 most recently, it ran worse than when I first played it. Like, I don't get why. So what I'm probably going to do is I'm probably going to do like a half playthrough or what have you off stream. Not now. Basically when I'm getting closer to playing that game. As for games that I've been playing off stream, Starbound, been testing modding primarily. Have not really done that much. Like, I'm still not technically caught up to where I left off in my previous playthrough of this game. The reason why you didn't see a character is because when you add mods and stuff like that, it completely messes that kind of stuff up. So I had to, like, to get these mods to work, I had to uninstall and reinstall and all kinds of crazy shit. I probably didn't need to uninstall and reinstall it. Realistically, I probably just needed to delete a couple of folders and then get them back. But that's what I did. Uninstalled, reinstalled, and it worked. I don't know if all the mods are working. Seems like they are. Been also playing a bit of Fortnite off stream. I played a game a couple hours ago, and what am I? I'm doing the ranked mode, right? Well, here's the thing. It ran better for me on... This is on PC. My PC is an older version PC. It's not as, like, buffed up. And this was about... Actually, I can tell you exactly when this was. Last played February 1st. The reason it was last played February 1st was because I reinstalled it and played it. Before that, it was the second anniversary was when I last played it. And it wasn't running well for, like, it ran worse than it did on PC beforehand. Mind you, the last patch that they did was 2.21, and that was January 23rd. Worst case scenario, if you want to play the game again, you could probably get mods for PC and then play it that way. Anyways, outside of that, Fortnite I was playing, and I've been doing the ranked mode primarily, been playing some of the non-ranked modes and stuff like that. But I've gotten to Platinum 3, 50% of the way to the next rank up. And boy howdy, dude, the people playing that game fucking, like, they shit all over me. No joke. I am bad at competitive Fortnite. But that's just when I'm chilling, not giving a fuck. When I actually focus, pay up, like, mind you, to watch me play that on stream would probably be a little bit boring as fuck. Because I try not to take risks when I'm doing the competitive at the point that I'm at. So, like, I'll play more, like, I can get eliminations, but I'll play more for positioning than anything else at a certain point. One game I played, I had to step away, so I landed in the middle of the map. There's this, like, large lake area, and there was a cliffside over there. And I, like, parked my ass right there for basically the whole game. It was hilarious, because when I came back, I was sat down, there was, like, 3 people running around that area, fighting each other and shit like that, and I was completely fine. But yeah, it's been fun to see how broken some of the pieces of technology have been in that game. And, like, it is so annoying to deal with the fighters, the X-Wings, and the other. I always hate playing Battle Royales when vehicles exist, because it changes the complete end game for the Battle Royale, right? It is fun to fuck with people, though, and, like, to jump into their vehicle, shoot them when you're in the vehicle, try and jump out of it, try and take it over. Because a lot of people, I don't think, have realized that if you're in the passenger side, if you aim at the right position, you could get, and you have a shotgun, you could take somebody out quite easily. Yeah, I'll be honest. I'm glad I did the Grand Theft Auto franchise playthrough that I did. Because when I first played Grand Theft Auto 4, this is when it first came out, by the way, I was anticipating it to be very similar to San Andreas. And the fact that when I played that game, it was basically like skip Vice City and San Andreas. After you play 3, play 4. That's, like, one of the best ways to do it, I think. And then Vice City and San Andreas. Like, if you play it in timeline order, it would go Vice City, San Andreas 3, 4, 5, and 6, I believe. Outside of, like, the side games like Chinatown Wars and the first 2 games, which I don't know much about. Maybe I should play those games at some point. Maybe when it gets closer to GTA 6 release, I'll do another quick little playthrough of the Grand Theft Auto games. If I do another playthrough of the Grand Theft Auto games, I'll probably skip cutscenes and try and talk about what has happened in the cutscene before we continue on. If I do another Grand Theft Auto franchise playthrough. Because me sitting there and watching all the cutscenes will add so much more time. But if we just rip through it and play the game just for shits and giggles... Mind you, this isn't in reference... I'm saying this now, because this is in reference to Grand Theft Auto coming out in a year from now. I am not going to be able to play that game unless it comes out for... Like, unless they just release it and they're like, hey, it's coming out for PC as well. I'm not going to be able to touch the game. And I'm not going to get a fucking console. I refuse to buy a fucking console to play one game. So I have quite a bit of time, more than enough time to save up and be able to upgrade the PC for more modern gaming, right? There's silver or tungsten or something like that nearby. I think it's a literally one bit of silver ore right here. Nice. I mean, that's not something that bothers me, as you are probably more than aware of, due to the fact that, like, I went through and I played Fallout 1, 2. I did the Fallout franchise playthrough. That's why I got to finish the Fallout franchise playthrough by playing Fallout 4 modded. And in all honesty, at that point, I may, for shits and giggles, dive into Fallout 76. Again, that's like a big if. Because I have no idea if that's something that I desire to play. Mind you, it's been out for a while, so it's probably been improved upon in leaps and bounds. But I don't know. I'll think about it, is where I'm at right now, basically. I love that. Just kept opening and closing the door. That is hilarious to me. Oh. Get this door. Ow. So, like, I could play those games at some point. Again, I don't think that's on my, like, I don't have to play a game. I'm saying that more for my benefit than, like, actually making a statement of fact here. I don't have to play Fallout 4 if, like, I get to a certain point and I'm, like, not having fun, or I'm, like, over Fallout 4, I won't play it. However, it's hilarious to me that I could easily say that and be like, alright, yeah, I agree. I agree with myself that that is a statement of fact over anything else. When I can definitely see myself playing Fallout... Oh, whoops. Fallout New Vegas. And maybe even Fallout 3 again. But primarily New Vegas. I've also... Another article that I read was about how people were disappointingly... what's the word I'm looking for? Disappointingly canceling their pre-orders for Doom Dark Ages, because that game, the physical copies they were canceling the pre-orders on, due primarily to the fact that there's no disc. Or, like, if it's not that there's no disc, it's that there's only a code or whatever. Damn, we're running low on food. That's kind of annoying. Anyways. That is something that bothers me immensely, in all honesty. Right? If you're gonna have a variation of a game that has physical copies, why in the hell are you going to make it a digital code? And like you just literally the case and the book is all you're getting at that point when you get a physical copy. That is such bullshit. Well, that's not my statement isn't that. I understand that. I know that completely. But that's not where I'm getting at. What I'm getting at is if you are going to not have an actual disc in the case, why are you selling physical copies in the first place? I guess it's something to collect at that point, but there's no physical disc. It's literally just a code, a case and a code. That's insane to me, right? I'm digital. I don't care about having a physical copy. It'd be nice to, but it is what it is to me, right? I used to primarily be physical copies across the board. You want to know when I started to stopped with caring about physical copies? It was when God of War came out, and I didn't, like, our vehicle was down, and it would basically be down for a week. And it was April 20th, and I was counting that as my birthday game. So, I got alcohol, I got the game, I proceeded to play the game on the hardest. Was it the hardest difficulty for my first playthrough? Yes, it was. On the hardest difficulty, I played it on my first playthrough. And every time I died, I would take a shot of my drink. This was before I started streaming. And I got fucked up. Not the drunkest I've ever been. I know the drunkest I have ever been was on stream for my birthday. Not my most recent one, but the one prior. Because I ended stream and then I got sick after that. Because I drank a little bit too much. But I know my limits and all that now. I was playing not Armored Core, Ace Combat 7, which is a game that I could probably play through again at some point. Anyways, I miss the idea of box and manuals. I miss the idea of it. But, like, digital is just so much more convenient from my perspective. And I'm more than okay with it. A tank of unknown use. Large metal tank. I guess it's just cosmetic. I'm trying to debate on how I want to do this. Because I want to see if I can capture this dude. I can capture this dude. Bring the iron ore to the dude. So what is that we just captured? 80% bite, 20% bark. It's a weak thing, but maybe we can put it on our ship as our pet. Guitar. Matt Damon's Ward Ballista? Or Ballista? Ballista. Ward Ballista. Only does 9 damage per shot. We're gonna have to probably make some room. I can get rid of these easily enough, the codexes, because we already have these. Well, it's not just that. Well, you also have to be concerned about the developers of the game just being like, alright, you can no longer access the thing that you bought. Right? Like, that's an unfortunate thing that could potentially happen. I know, that's why I brought it up. But it will and it will happen again in the future, unfortunately. You have a quest for me. So let's get this before we end up dying here. Or starting to starve to death, which we're going to lose 30% of our pixels. As unfortunate as that is, it's better than losing our items when we starve. And you might be wondering why, like, oh, okay, so you're doing survival mode, but you don't care about the picks, like, you care more about the item loss. I hate item loss or item drop. I really do. It's one of the, it's like, I get why it exists, but it's such a stupid fucking mechanic in my mind. Because you could get into a situation where if you don't have a second set of gear, you can't get the first set. Mind you, you could also potentially fuck up and, like, lose a full set of gear if it drops into magma. I know I've died a couple times to that. So, losing all your gear to that would be like, alright, I guess I'll just restart the entire game then. Because that's what it feels like at that point, if you lose all your items in a game like this. Well, when you own it's one of those things when you own the copy of a game, I think it's more than okay with getting alternate variations of said game. The official statement, of course, none of that. Oh, we die fast when we starve. That's good to know. Wow, you die really fast when you starve. Good to know. But yeah, the fact that it doesn't run on old Windows versions anymore sucks. And the fact that Windows is gonna, when they update their shit at a certain point, that will continue to happen. You know? Like, the updates will continue to get borked for older and older versions of the games. Because they'll probably update their shit, and it just won't take into account the older systems. But a perfect example of what I'm talking about is how I own all these PlayStation 2 games that I can't fucking play anymore. Or PlayStation 1 games that I can't play anymore. And I like older games, man. Need to organize my shit, man. Probably go sell everything that I'm not going to be keeping. I still feel if you're not gonna have an actual physical disc with the released copy, then you should not make that offer like that. Wait. Need to bring that back, the dude over there. But I want to go to the shop over here. What are we gonna sell? What are we gonna buy? 443. This is still better. I pressed shift click and what happened? Nothing. Good. I'm gonna sell all these cosmetics that I'm not gonna use. I need to put these somewhere proper because this guy and this guy are actually pretty strong. This dude, craving some spicy food. Attack 15, defense 14. What about you? 17 and 14. 17, 14. Does this thing regenerate naturally, or do they all regenerate naturally? They all seem to regenerate naturally. Well, we'll rock you then, for the time being. I don't see no problem with that. Also, this is a collar. It's a quest item. Huh. Don't know why that's a quest item. Anyways. Sell you. Sell you. Sell the guitar. Sell this. Sell this. And sell the bow. Sell this. Blocks they're not worth any sell value if I'm not mistaken, yeah. Which is unfortunate, but eh. Any decorative type bullshit I'm selling. Except the chests. I like keeping the chests. We have 12. I think we need 16 in order to upgrade the next level of power. Yeah, 16 there. We could go for the area of effect by +1. Yeah, so instead of a 2x2, it's giving us a 3x3. Yeah, I also added a mod that made the final upgrade for the Matter Manipulator kind of overpowered as shit. Right? So it's 15x15 for the area of effect. It's 1500% deconstruction rate, and range is increased by 40 tiles. Is that overpowered? Yeah. Do I care? No. We could test stuff. I'm not going to do any of that stuff that I've already done on stream. Let's go return this quest, and then we'll go from there. One of the things that I've really been interested in, like, hearing about is how the Bethesda, right? Oh. Really? Okay, that made my heart stop for a split second because I was like, did I just fuck up? I did not realize we could. It makes sense that we can. Oh, shit. Learn to craft hull panel. That's exactly what I was figuring would end up happening if we, what is it saying? Light source. Anyways. I need to rebuild that shit. But now we know how to craft it. So that's awesome. We can actually make hull panels for the ship proper now. It's weird that there's no music on the ship right now. We need upgrades. So we need silver, tungsten, and glass. Silver, tungsten, glass. Can't get that yet. Well, we can, but we can't. Okay. Silver. Oh, wait. Research. I almost forgot. We have to do the research because with the Frackin' Universe mod, you have a research tree. But yeah, the fact that the Bethesda devs they invited the people who are working on Sky Oblivion to the studio, and like hearing some of the responses and conversations has been very interesting to hear about. Like the fact that they were like to have confirmation that they're excited to see Sky Oblivion is kind of interesting to me. Replace kinda with very. What was I doing? Research. We have 13,000 research points. And we need to get, not agriculture, it needs to be, is it engineering? No, geology. Yeah, geology. Carbon plating, tungsten, there we go. There we go, needed this. Reinforced glass, cool. Boop. Found on moons, okay. And then tier 3, might as well go, if it's just costing us research, we could go pretty far with that. Oh, industrial smelting. We could get molten sulfur. I think we'll look at other stuff to be able to upgrade. See about craftsmanship, cotton sewing. We need this for being able to make a teddy bear. Right? Yeah, right here. And we need the cloth for that, to do that. That's not that big of a deal. Kind of annoying, though. Nothing for chemistry yet. Tungsten bars in order to make a... I think this is what we need in order to get Durasteel. I'm not 100% sure, though. Sniper knife? Shoots knives for some reason. Why is this a thing? Surprisingly effective. Where are they coming from? Okay. Minor regeneration. That survival mask could be good, but then again, it seems like it's... I don't know. New shields and stuff. We need... Let's get the metals that we need. We should be able to do it now, right? Yeah, tungsten. Let's go. How many bars we got? 60. Let's make 50. Station upgrades. To craft higher tier goods, you'll need to improve your crafting station. Alright. Thank you. Copper, we could probably make, yeah, another 50 of these. But yeah, there's that, and there's also that, there's a upgrade or an update coming out for Pal World. It's the, Terraria update or whatever. And we'll do like 20 Electrum bars. Yeah, 20 Electrum. Anyways, that is something that I'm interested in checking out. I've not played a lot of Terraria on stream, but I have played a bunch of Terraria off stream. Let's make some iron bars. We'll make like 15. And then we'll make some steel bars. Make 13. I'm also fucking up. Because I totally forgot. Where is it? Right here. Forgot to put this down. Which would have given us a little bit of an extra bang for our buck. I guess I'll just do the rest out of, maybe not all that. Out of silver. Then copper. Then we could go with a silicon bronze bar. Just to make it. Have it on the list. We need timber? Yeah, timber. Is sea crafting? Oh, a seed bulb. I just saw a seed bulb. How many of these can we make? 15? We don't want 15. We want, like, 3? Nice. Okay. Now, the other thing that we could craft, if I press C, this. Provides light and can be used to form many tools. Radioactive. Does not work on your ship. So what do we need for a mutant? Just... Oh, it crafts into... So we need the seed bulb in order to make the other two things. So we need 3 of these. At the very least. We'll take all these, and then we'll put in... you. Put you, like, stuff like this. I'll just slap in here. Alright. I'm gonna craft one of these and just see what it does, or can do. My curiosity has a tendency to get the better of me. In situations like this. It is so eerie not to have music right now. So... we need bees. And whatever this is, I guess. Yeah, it is a shame that it doesn't stack that well. For the ones that are stacking at like 13. Where did I put the food? Weapons. Food should be down here then. Seeds. Oh. That doesn't go here. Chests, stuff like that. Ah, here you are. I need to, like, organize this better. I know I do. This is supposed to be temporary. Put all you chests over here. And then I guess I could put, like, you here. You. Growth rate 1.25. So rotten food is fertilizer. Makes sense. We need sugarcane. We make a bunch of this. Replace a bunch with 3. Just make one of those so we can get it down the list. Oop. Nice. I mean, 21. There's no way we're going to be able to hold all 21 of these grape juice drinks, but it takes 1 grape to make grape juice, and the grapes give us 3 food, grape juice gives us 15 food. So, oh! Did not even think about that, doing that like that. Oh well. I mean, just drop whatever I can off in the time being. This is a food. This is a food. This is a food. This is a seed. No, this is a food. Everything else should be a seed or an ingredient at this point. Seed, 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 seed. Alright, take all the cooking ingredients out then. Okay, hold on. The rest of these should be seeds. Let's just make sure. Now, no ingredients, just seeds. Beautiful. Now, that was for this. The top one is gonna be for ingredients. And then I'll take the rest of this food out and we'll put it in here. Less than fresh. Whatever, drop that off. 1.25 energy for a minute. So the rotten food doesn't spoil. That's good to know. Let's get a basic microscope just to have it. And let's place that basic microscope up here if we can. Mind you, like I said, by the end of this ship's going to be a lot larger. And it's going to have everything that I possibly need in the exact areas that I need to have it at. Anyways, so when that comes out, when the update for Pal World comes out, I'll probably end up starting to play that a little bit as like a secondary game. This coming week, however, like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I think what I'm going to be doing, next to Oblivion, I might also play Devil May Cry 3. We'll see, though. Now, where do I go for sprinklers? All right. Because if I'm not mistaken, there should be, yeah, crappy sprinkler right here. So if we upgrade this, which we need, yeah, we can't do that yet. Shit. That's kind of annoying. What do we need for crappy sprinklers? Electromagnets. I should have some of those. I need to organize this inventory. I do apologize for the back and forth trying to get all my shit. Type of thing. Healing water, poison. We've got blood, which don't know how we got that blood, but we got it. And I'm going to destroy pretty much every block that doesn't have anything over like 100 at this point. I'll keep the sewer piping, keep the raw sewage. Get rid of that kind of stuff. See, it says extractable, crushable. I have no idea how to use, like, this is the extraction device, right? It says drag and drop. Raw sewage is extractable. If I input here, like, how do I use it, right? Because I have a... Hold on. Yeah, it's a way to get rid of inventory clutter, right? I just don't know how to use it yet. And then we have the centrifuge, which... Let's get some healing water and see if we can mess with that and learn it. Centrifuge, some healing water, if we can. Ah, we want to put the eggs in there. I need you to fuck off, dude. Also. Waiting for subject. Okay, so it would... Okay. Got it, I guess. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go through and do a lot of organization. Electromagnetic, that's what I wanted. Right there. Now that we have that, sprinklers. We could make 9. I'm gonna make 3. Half broken, crappy sprinkler. Do that and see what happens. Because I know those, I need to get an upgrade before we can do like sprinklers and stuff like that, but we're not going to be able to get the upgrade until we can get Durasteel. Can't get Durasteel until we can get the back thing, so we just need glass at this point. That's one of the things that's holding us back. I can make glass hair. Don't need to make 300 things of glass, I don't think. Oh, that's right, we could do canning. I forgot we could do canning. Alright, let me put down 150 for this. For glass. Before I come back, I'm going to run a couple minutes of ads and I'll have that going in the background. When I come back, we will upgrade our stuff and see where that takes us. And then continue conversating about whatever. I will be back momentarily. Alright, I've returned. Returned to upgrade my shit. Yeah, we can do canning. I wonder if the canning stuff will allow us to stack all the canning food product. Whatever. I'm gonna have to zoom in on my damn ship. Now, what did we get? Anvil, Biochemist Lab. Oh, we don't have any slime yet. This is what we need. One silicon board. I do have a silicon board, I believe, in my thing here. Yeah, let's go. Give me that canning machine right off the rip. That'll come in clutch. A plating table. Decorative objects out of home-cooked meals. Fun. Seed maker. Yes. Alright, other upgrades we could make. We need more titanium. Oh no, tungsten. We have tungsten, not titanium. Now my question is that associated with the mining thing? It's not. It's for basic stuff. Oh no, maybe it is. No, it is associated. Never mind. Ignore me. Let us put our... Oh, we already have the canning machine. Come on. I love a game that allows you to stack tools. Shit. I'll put the seed maker up top here. Yeah. Alright. Cool. Cool. There's a lot of seeds that exist. Holy shit. Oh, that's kind of funny. You could make saplings. Okay. Cool. Good to know. Now hold up a second. Let me move you. Nope. Over to here, in this central piece right here, and see what happens. Like I said, I'm only doing this for testing purposes for sprinklers systems. So it drops, and it looks like it does a 2x2 area. Yeah, whatever. As for canning, what can we do for canning? We need water. Lots of water. We don't have any tomatoes or milk. Nope. Nope. We could put a lake in here and fish. We could actually set up a lake on our ship to fish. Well, let's get all the grapes we can. And can as many of them as we can. I want to see if it will can and stack the can properly. Hey, water. I know if we use... About this. I might not be able to use that without, like, do that stuff until I can get the automation process for it or whatever. I love how I'm leaving the damn... Hello? Why the hell did my oxygen go down there? Weird. Canned corn. We can do canned corn. Oh, we just need a bunch of tin cans. My bad. Oh, we're gonna die if I don't hurry up and eat something. There we go. As annoying as this is to, like, the amount of tungsten we're spending here, I'm okay with it. For testing purposes, if nothing else. Plus, we're going to be able to get tungsten so much. Like, I'm not worried about it, because when we get the upgrades we need, we're going to be a bit overpowered. It's worth it, in my opinion. One thing of tungsten. One thing of water, which is not that difficult to get a hold of. And one random item. And we can get a lot of food. Now, how does it look in my inventory? Okay, so it does stack how I thought it would. Good. Very good. Basically, my plan, however, is to have it set up to where it's like, okay, stuff that goes up here would primarily focus on, like, ship build related stuff, right? That's what my plan is anyways. For that. I'm going to put the canned foods here for the time being. Then I'm going to go to graphics and then zoom out. Inventory. His health's full. Oh! It hit that whole area. Okay. Interesting. It might be crappy, but it works. We can't upgrade this. Can't upgrade that. The only thing we can upgrade is stuff like this. We need 3 more silicon boards for this upgrade. Need titanium and carbon. Well, we're held up basically by just titanium. Right? I do believe we could drop back down in the desert, I suppose, and try and finish the rest of these quests. Did I use his 16 iron ore? Ooh. Alright. Well, shit. We can get that iron ore back relatively easily, I'd say. Interesting. Very interesting. For right now, the pickaxes are a better choice for us. I need to drop down, and I need you to do this fast so I can find another cave. He's fucking him up. And apparently he destroys the ground too. Coming in. See what goodies we got in this outpost. Oh, that's right, coffee machines. Please don't. Well, that is definitely not what I thought. Definitely not what I thought it would show for the coffee recipe. Shit. Is that oil? Or is it supposed to be oil or whatever? Where's my dude at? Fuck him up. Hey, our first little bit of oil. Let's go. I think this is a bit faster. Let's fucking go. We got oil. We're slow as shit, though. Man, I'm gonna have to make sure I be careful with having our dude there combat. Like, I don't want him to destroy the wall in an important area. More oil. Get as much of this oil as I can anytime I see it. Get an upgrade point would be nice for our thing. We don't have 16 iron yet. 5. We have 5 iron. Love how I'm not even doing any combat stuff and I'm still making levels. It's nice to have a companion like that. Tungsten's nice to get, literally, like I said earlier, just because of the tin cans. That'll be nice to have like a food supply. Some silver over here. Sure. Being a little bit of a menace. Replace a little bit with a lot against the gnomes. Lots of coal. We have a lot of coal. I wonder what all we can do with said coal. Outside of, like, using it for iron, steel, I mean. And stuff like that. Also keeping my eyes open for more iron. I'm not really seeing a lot of it. I like how there's like ores on top of each other here. I don't know if that's a normal occurrence though. I feel like it isn't. I feel like all this ore that I'm seeing stacking on top of each other and behind the wall and stuff like that isn't a common thing. It's only because of the mods that we got that was seeing it like that, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I just didn't pay attention to it. Kind of wiping out the gnomish village right now. Feel a little bit bad about it. But, the balls of gnomes would actually be useful for us. Nope. There's one down. Wish there was more iron ore there. I thought there was a lot more than just the handful that we just picked up. I will say, I'm thinking about other stuff to bullshit about. I ain't got many topics of conversation to go over. Mind you, I was going to say, it feels like it's been... like, the best thing about this that I've done with the mods, in all honesty, no shit, has been the fact that, like, the mods have made this game feel a bit more engrossing. And that's one of the biggest things that I need a game to do for me to want to keep playing it, right? Like, it's one of the reasons why I stopped playing The Outer Worlds, because I was not as invested into the world as I have been with, say, like, Oblivion, right? Like, I'm invested into the whole world of that. It kind of got me right off rip with its opening. Did a good job on that. There's a lot of ore in this area. Well, I don't know if the pickaxe is actually being useful for collecting all the stuff, but we're getting a lot of balls of gnomes when we use the pickaxe, so... Gnome settlement, subterranean civilization, and I've come to cause issues. Seems faster than the pickaxe. Really? Not a lot of iron, man. At least not a lot of iron that's in obvious locations. There's like 2 iron up there. I guess I can go get that. Lead. Been a while since we gotten lead. Alright, let's go. We must dig deeper. Let's see if we can find more iron as we go down. Something over there. What the hell? Is that a creature? I think that's a creature. Until you get the upgrade on the matter manipulator, it's kind of doesn't make sense to use said matter manipulator over a thing. You might be special. Oh. Pretty decent amount of health. 45 experience. I'm gonna get as much of the tungsten as I possibly can. I thought it would be iron, even steel. Tungsten's kind of a weird thing to use for the tin cans, I guess. At least it feels like it's a weird thing to use from my perspective. Was laughing at the didn't finish their favorite video game line that our pet gave us. See, that dude, he does a lot of damage, but he's so big. So the question is, do we go for something a little bit smaller, maybe? Oh, shit. Oh, we're dead. Whatever just hit us is bad. We're dead. This right here is one of the reasons why I didn't have survival mode on, without the ability to completely ignore shit. Because look at this. We die to being collapsed in rubble. Rubble that I can't do anything about. You know what I mean? Imagine losing all of your items or having them dropped right there because you fucking got stuck. Also, there was something I wanted to look at. I think is it this? No. this, a gnome workshop. Uses gnome slave labor to craft your stuff. This is super illegal, but who's going to stop you? Certainly not the gnomes, right? Tinkering table. Let's get this. The gnome workshop just needs cobblestone. I know we have cobblestone somewhere. Yep. Hmm. Huh. Okay. Monster inspector. Paintbrush. Multi-ore detector. Oh, we don't have precision ore detector. I would like to get a music player that'll allow us to do something like that on this ship. Let's just get the music player and place that on our ship. Is there no randomization? Eeny, meeny, miny, you. Sure. So there's a range on the speaker system. Okay, we'll have to figure out if there's a way we can set that up. If you look at the sprinkler, we can see the range of the sprinkler. We literally have to move it over. We have to move both of this one over, 1, and that one over 2. And then it will perfectly have it aligned. Do I have the sprinkler on me? Because I can just literally just place it and then swap it. Yeah. So let's do that instead. F. Actually... Oh, shit. That's not what I wanted to do. Then again, it might have hit properly, so hold on. Oh, I have mods that also decrease the spread between the damn crops and stuff like that. 2+ research bonus, let's go. Let me make 2 banana seeds. Oh, we don't have enough plant fiber. Did I put my plant fiber somewhere? Shit. No. Looking for the green plant fiber. I know I have a bunch of plant fiber somewhere. I have to. Unless I spent a lot of it on other stuff. Might have done that. Do I have it up here? No on the plant fiber. I can actually place this down now and see what the hell it has to offer us. Oh. Whoops. Oh, okay, what the vault about? No, okay, can't do that. I'm looking for something specific. We just got this. So if we put that in a hand mill, it becomes loose silt. Bone. Magnesium sulfate crystal. Sand. Okay. If we do this, we take the rot, and then we put that with this. Oh, you literally just wait. Mulch. -1 seed use? So if I go away, does it still go, I wonder? Yeah, it's still going. I can see the fucking thing moving. That's kind of wild. And then if I look at the stones that I have, if we go to something like siftable, extractable, and smeltable. Extractable and crushable. So, let's do the unrefined dastite, I guess. Junk tech is extractable. This is extraction. So, what if we just take all and then put this here? It's spinning. Okay. That's the centrifuge. You extract from water. Nothing? Oxygen? Really? Okay. That's interesting to see. Anyways. It's spinning. Let's just let it cook then. Sure. Okay, we're learning. I'm enjoying the learning process. I also want to make more canned grapes. Almost messed up. And then the tin cans we can make over here. $78 tin cans. Damn. We're gonna be here for a minute doing that. So I'm learning a lot about different musics and stuff like that. It's weird that there's a range. I mean, it makes sense that there's a range. But it is still weird to me. Okay. Canned corn. I mean, always can the grapes. I love that. I love how just like water, grapes, food for 20. Which is like a hell of a multiplier compared to what the actual feed rate of the grapes are. And at this point, we won't have to want for much, considering how much canned food we have. I wonder if it's valuable to actually sell canned food over, like, the raw grapes and stuff like that. I mean, I know you're getting more, like, it's worth more. But I ain't sure. Alright, 26 cans of grape. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay. So 1,000 dirt blocks takes away 50 per hit. And then there's a timer. There's an invisible timer going because nitrogen. That's so weird that you can, like, I like it. I like it. I don't think the centrifuge is going for that. That's fine. Whatever. Let's put the rest of that stuff away. The rest of the liquid and stuff that we got a hold of. Except the water. We'll drop the water off too. Sure. We need a little bit more iron. Let's head our way there and get the iron that we need. There it is. There's some obvious Oblivion music right there. You want us to take out Mysterious and Deadly Alien. Nah. Not right now. We don't have the armor, resources, none of that. Alright, dude. Fuck him up. Good going. Good job. Good job, troll. Now I have to keep my eyes open for stuff like this. Alright, we've got a little bit of a slowdown going on, so I'm going to fix that slowdown by zooming in. It's a little bit of a shame because we're gonna lose some visual range, but whatever. Siftable. I want to get a sifter, is what I want. Yeah, that's what I want. Can you stop? Holy shit. Damn. That's awesome. We don't have the device yet to go alongside that. Hey, some iron. What is that over there? It looks like a fun thing to mess with, is what it looks like. Hey, a chest over here. And up there, and we got a combat dude up there too, it looks like. We're going to, basically I'm going to go over what I'm going to be doing off stream in this game, then I'm going to wrap up for Starbound. Then I'm going to swap to Mechanicus for a bit, I think. My plan is to basically keep exploring this area, do some quests here and there, get other planets explored, and get as many upgrades as possible. I want to see if I can get the really ridiculous upgrades. Right? We're learning to craft new bricks. Love to see it. But yeah, so that's what I'll be doing off stream, just playing this game, getting whatever I need to get and upgrades and stuff like that. My dude's not showing up. It is nice to like actually have a combatant like that. I'm gonna replace them with somebody else temporarily and see if there's anybody that's better. Like you. I wanna try you out, if I'm being honest. I guess it's money. Still looking for more iron. But yeah, I'm just gonna keep going through. By the time you see this, I might have the completely maxed out manipulator. AKA the broken maxed out manipulator. These guys, I think they're hostile. Yep, they're hostile for sure. I need this shocker. Oh, we're fucking dead. Whoa. Whoa. That was close. That was very close. Holy shit. Well, we dealt with the king. Hey, 3 there, 1 there, and what is this, a shotgun? Yeah. Okay. Neat. And then another one in a assault rifle. Neat. Might need to make some room. Make sure we get these bricks as well, so we don't have to worry about not knowing how to craft them. Speaking of manipulator modules, does that give us enough to upgrade anything? Maybe range? I think, did it give us 4 or 6? It gave us 5. Almost. Again, still looking for... Oh, whoops. I pressed the wrong button, the Windows key. Still looking for iron. I'm trying to get this quest done. That's what I'm going to wrap up after I get this quest done. And I believe... Oh, that's not iron, is it? It was. I think we have enough. 16. Hey, another gnomish village, or settlement. I'm glad I'm seeing as much tungsten as I am. I'll collect it at every chance I get. What is that in that area over here? Oh. Goodies is what it is. Alright. So, what I'm gonna do, like I said, is I'm going to... I'm going to toss you. What are you? A rock blast. Okay. Probably going to have to... Wait, do we have the iron we need? Yeah, we do. Okay, perfect. I'm going to save and quit here. Do quests and stuff like that off stream. And just continue getting resources, upgrading the ship. Hopefully it'll look hella different by the time you see it next and be more organized. Regardless, that is going to be it for me for you, YouTube. Stick around if you're watching on Twitch. We're going to switch over to Warhammer 40k Mechanicus for a little bit, and then go from there. For those of you that are watching on YouTube, I do hope you enjoyed your stay here at the Kingdom. If you have and haven't already, be sure to become a citizen today via subscribing to this channel as well as my main channel. Links should be down in the description below through all my links. If you're watching on YouTube, exclamation point links like so. For those that are watching on Twitch, be sure to follow me on Twitch. Catch me when I go live at 6 p.m. EST EDT Friday through Monday. Invite link to the community Discord where you can always get the most accurate notifications of whenever I do go live. If I'm going to be a little bit late or early to a stream outside of a half hour, or as long as I know I'm going to be late, as well as whatever else catches your fancy through all my links. That's going to be it for me for the time being for you, YouTube. Appreciate you all. And until next time, take care and have yourselves a good one. Bye-bye.